introduce Teri and Teri, Dr. Teri, I need to say, Bada, who is a leadership development consultant, executive coach, CEO of the Whisper at White Lily, individual development LCC. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To both of you. Please go on.
Thank you, Fleming. It's great. It was a great talk. Very interesting. I think Dr. Hella and I are going to kind of share this conversation together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hi.
And wonderful.
Hi.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to see you. It's Dr. Teri. It's morning here, and it's just 1 o'clock at night for you. Thank you so much, Dr. Teri, for joining us.
Oh, I'm very thrilled to be here. And I liked a lot of, Fleming's talk had a lot of things that we can pick up on, and there's a lot of overlap. And I think we can develop some of the talking points just for a little while to help our viewers, continue to pick up on things and learn. There's a lot of learning here.
Yeah, I suppose it is a flow of ideas, right? And each one of us will just... So may I ask you, Dr. Teri, what do you think about purpose?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of talk about purpose, and I have seen in my clients and in my studies that there's a big confusion about purpose being something I do out here. Like I will be a chiropractor. That is my purpose. Well, that is more of a vehicle. Everybody has the same purpose, basically. So I will ask anybody who's not talking, maybe to mute, because we have the screen popping around. So if you're not speaking, please mute so that the recording will be clean and we can all benefit from it at the end, and share it also with our friends and listeners. Thank you. So yeah, Dr. Hell, I was talking about purpose, and purpose is not about comfort. I think Fleming did a good job at showing that. It's not about safety. That's not purpose. That's survival. That's the reptile brain. Purpose is really about being realized, but that's where we get confused. Purpose is happening in here. It's not happening out there. And everybody has the same exact purpose to be realized. But it shows up for everybody in absolutely unique ways, right? Everybody has their place, their piece in the big puzzle of what's happening globally, locally, in our community, in our family, in our relationships. We are nothing without each other. So I guess that's the most important thing about purpose. And also remembering that purpose really goes back to our higher self. Again, building off of Fleming's story, what happened in Fleming's story? Well, he found his higher self. He connected. Now you call it God, you can call it the E field, you can call it Buddha, your Buddha nature, you can call it whatever you want. I like to call it the divine seed because it implies an information consciousness that's already within each of us. Like in our DNA, it's the space between in our DNA. It's that information consciousness that holds us together. Otherwise, it's just empty space with no linking together, just carbon molecules. What do you think about it, Dr. Hella?
Well, I think, it's, purpose related maybe to roles, what roles you have in life. And then you mentioned, connecting and bonding, bonding with the universe, and at the same time bonding with your inner self.
Mm-hmm.
And, in such a way that you might find your purpose. But I suppose it's not that easy. You know, your purpose when you were a child maybe was just a piece of chocolate. But when you grow up and grow and your intellect grows and everything and in you grows, I think your purpose should develop. And I think this is really the problem of so many people, that their purpose doesn't grow with them, you know. And you know, it is always that, you know, you should upgrade your targets in life, your goals. For example, I just last time I was mentioning to my friend that when you grow old and when you have more bonding and connection with people and the universe around you, you develop something I call pure compassion. Mm-hmm. This kind of pure compassion, when you find your own happiness in making others happy. Mm-hmm. You know, just identify yourself with others. You identify yourself with every child who's crying in the furthest part of the world. Yes. And you identify yourself with every smile of anyone around you. So this kind of pure compassion, mingling with others, connecting, bonding, I suppose, you know, can relate to what you are being telling us. So how do you think we can reach this kind of self, or this kind of enlightenment?
I love where you're going with this, because it's really, you know, it's really those levels of how our vibration refines. Like, we are meant to refine. And I like to call, you know, that sense of purpose, divine seed. And I think of it like an apple tree. Like all of the information consciousness necessary is in the seed, right? It's in the child. It's in but, you know, there are apple trees and there are oak trees and there are willow trees and there's lots and lots of different kinds of trees. And each of them has a specific kind of expression. It grows in certain ways. It needs a certain environment. It needs some need lots of moisture, some need rich soil, some need dry. You know, it's all different. Some will be for fruit. Some will produce hard wood. You know, there's all of the way they fit into the ecosystem that is, you know, and like we talk about, like you were talking about the human, it's the same thing. It's that evolution towards self-enlightenment. Now, the funny thing is, I don't think that it's the self